Hi everyone and welcome to Bad Car Symptoms. One of the most common causes of starter problems is worn out brushes. If they are worn out or damaged, the starter will have less torque or will not work at all. So essentially, you won't be able to start the car when this happens. But if you notice the symptoms we're going to show you on time, you can perhaps avoid trouble altogether. So stay tuned. Bad car symptoms. An occasional clicking sound. The first sign of bad starter brushes is an occasional clicking sound when you start the car. What's symptomatic of worn out brushes is that the car can start 100 times without any problems and then suddenly malfunction. In the beginning phase of this problem, it can be easily mistaken for a solenoid problem, a bad electrical contact, or else. The dashboard warning light goes dim. Next, when the mentioned occasional malfunction does happen, if you pay close attention, you can notice one more sure symptom of bad starter brushes. That is, when you turn the ignition key and there's no cranking, the dashboard lights go a bit dim, and this lasts as long as you hold the ignition key. It's not the same symptom as with a flat battery or with dirty battery clamps. This is barely noticeable. A weak turnover. You may also notice a weak turnover of the starter, or lazy cranking. This much resembles a problem with bad starter bushings or a flat battery. This symptom also appears occasionally. When the brushes are severely worn out and when they don't have good contacts with the rotor, this happens. Most times with this symptom, the starter first clicks and then starts very slowly to crank the engine. A burning smell from the engine bay. When the weak cranking occurs, you may sense a barely noticeable burning smell coming from the engine bay and the starter. The smell appears because the starter heats up. This is because of the electric arcing produced by a weak contact between the brushes and the commutator. The starter stops working completely. Finally, when the brushes are completely worn out, the car will not start at all. You turn the ignition key, there's no cranking, and the dashboard lights go a bit dim. This happens when the brushes are totally depleted or are stuck in the brush holder and they can't touch the rotor anymore. In this case, you can try to knock on the starter with a broom handle, a stick, or mildly knock with a hammer. In lots of cases, the starter will work again when you do this, but only for a short time. Also, this is a form of diagnosing the problem. If the starter cranks after you knock it, the brushes are the problem almost 100%. The best time to solve a brush problem on the starter is when it begins malfunctioning occasionally. When this happens, make an inspection. If you conclude that the brushes are the problem and if you have access to the starter, you can take it off, take the starter apart and change the brushes. In most cases, you can buy the brushes together with the holder, making the whole replacement even easier. Either this or replace the whole starter. Do what suits you best, just do it on time so you don't end up stranded with a car that can't start. So that's it for this time. We hope the video helps find the problem. Please like and subscribe, it's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.